Hello, Friend, We Missed You by Robert Owen Smith, 2020 novel. This is a book that might depend on exactly how much you like affectless indie art movies. I sometimes really like them a lot. Sometimes I find that I stand on the outside and notice that they're trying to be an indie art film and it just doesn't do anything for me. In this book, Hill returns to his childhood home of the island of Mon to deal with his ailing stepfather, Roger. He's kind of might be helped along by a kind of spunky woman, Trudy, who is Roger's carer, who we met at a co-op. That kind of qualifications, but sort of getting on and doing stuff. Hill is an indie film director, very much trying not to care or feel about anything, and he's got a fair bit on his plate. His girlfriend has died, and he's quarreling or has quarreled with his girlfriend's parents. His mother died, and he blames Roger for her death. And he's very throughout the book, he is very determinedly avoiding those topics, avoiding being in anywhere in connection with what's going on inside of him. His big kind of professional, maybe his only professional success, like it's hard to tell, is that Jack Black has optioned one of his short films, but that's gone into limbo. It's one of these, he's waiting and waiting and waiting back to see if this big abstract famous person who everybody knows, like it's one of these things of like, this is one thing that people can go like, oh, we know who Jack Black is, so we can kind of latch on to this, is like, oh, how's that going? And nothing is happening. And I mean, Hill is in limbo in this book. It is definitely one of those things of, he's sort of like he stepped out of whatever life he had and he's gone back in time to this island that was his youth, which puts you in that kind of strange kind of headspace, and very much so somebody who is suffering through trauma and is not not dealing with it well. And Roger, his stepfather, who is apparently is ailing, dying, as is someone who Hill very much wants to avoid, and as a result, because this novel really is following, we're in Hill through the whole novel. Roger only makes extremely glancing appearances in this novel, mostly through text messages, I think. For the grand majority of it. So the novel really it does that thing where it's like it's shaped by its subject. Hill is an indie art director. His artistic inclinations are very much like, it's imagistic, of like little just sentence fragments. The chapters, if you call them that, of the book are almost like little each one is a little short film. His avoidance of everything, and how that and how everything just sort of slow, and everything that's slowly kind of bleeding out of that this is obviously not really working for him. I found this novel is, like the big climax of this book, I would have to, is probably an email, is the big climax of this book. And it is quite a funny and impassioned one, though I will use funny in quotes because the email itself uses a quote so much, which is ironic in a way, because this is, it's one of those art novels where we're not going to use quotations for dialogue, which I don't have a trouble with. He handles that quite well. And to my mind, that is a technique that's very effective for that kind of muffled interior feeling of characters and of books, of kind of a hushed thing. And that's very much what this book is going for. But it's funny that the arguable climax of the book is an email full of quotation marks on everything throughout the thing. So, it is a novel that really does, it succeeds in what it's setting out to do. It takes you into the head of an emotionally damaged indie film director. But it's like I think I even found with the humor that it wasn't particularly an engaging place to be. It's one of these. There's this constant kind of repetition in the book. It's Hill says, Hill says, Hill thinks, Hill thinks. Uh, I didn't feel. Those are my thoughts on Hello Friend, We Missed You. More videos later.